Okay, canning up another batch of chicken stock, and at the rate I go through them, I'm no longer pressure canning them. So we have our plastic lids now, and I just put a plastic lid on them and put them in the refrigerator, and good to go. So I have taken most of the chunks out of this pot. Here, let's see if I can make that available. Yeah. So I've taken most of the chunks out of the pot of stock, and I'm filtering the little bits as I put it in jars. Should get anywhere. I've got 10 jars here. Should be adequate. Probably get about 9. Okay, and because I'm putting it in the fridge, the headspace isn't all that important, but try to just keep it reasonable anyway. Okay, let's see how many we get today. So what I have is a strainer here that's picking up a little bit so that we just get stock here and not chicken bits, although he probably wouldn't mind the chicken bits. Just want to make sure that there's no bones in there as well. And stirring it up as I go along to try and make sure that there's an equal amount of fat in each jar. Now this could also be used for cooking, but right now this is Mark's winter supply of chicken stock. Now this has simmered overnight on the stove, so should be good and potent. And I'm not getting the quantity that I normally would, but I guess I let it boil down a bit, which is fine. 6, 7, perhaps 8, but nope, only 7 today. It's unusually low. But there's the bits. Okay, so 1 week's supply. I'd better go out and get some more chicken carcasses. Ow, this is still hot. Okay, done for this batch. Nothing but washing the dishes now. Well, it appears as though today is just one of those rinse and repeat days. So I've made my chicken stock for the day and made some meatballs. I did go out and purchase some meat today. Got ribs, got pork, packaged some up without making meatballs, and with the rest I'm making meatballs, so that's just so that we can have a bit of a variety. So as I said, it's just rinse and repeat day. So I have made my meatballs, they are frozen, and now I'm just ready to bag them up and put them in the freezer for good. Slow day, still getting ready for Christmas, and I'm done with the fancy desserts. I may make a pumpkin pie. Okay, this is wonderful. They've been vacuum sealed now, and all we do is take out as many as what we need for dinner, and then reseal the bag and put it back in the freezer. So I could have done them in individual servings, but why waste the bags? Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Tony from Her Homestead Skills, and yes, it is one of those rinse and repeat type days. I put on some more chicken stock last night and canned them up. Well, canned them up. I didn't process them in that sense. I did strain the stock And then I packaged them into pint jars for Mark. And this time around, I only managed to get 7 jars. I guess I didn't put as much liquid in, which it doesn't matter. I'm not canning them now. I'm simply making sure that every week I produce a batch for him that'll last him the week. So that was my last package of carcasses, so I went out and picked up another 2 more today. So, you know, I'm fortunate. Yes, I know. I'm fortunate that I can just buy those and keep that going. But I told him, you know, if ever there was a time that, you know, we couldn't get carcasses, he's out of luck. And he recognizes that. He does appreciate the fact that he can get them. So it looks like it's been determined that this year's gathering is going to be Christmas Eve as opposed to Christmas Day, which is fine. Either one works because of who's involved. Traditionally, meat is not eaten on Christmas Eve, so it's fish and pasta, which is absolutely fine. We love fish, seafood. And I have a turkey at the bottom of my freezer that Mark's all into cooking up for Christmas Day for us, so that'll be nice. It's not a big one, it's a small turkey, but it'll make a lovely Christmas dinner for him and I, and perhaps anyone else that we might have over for Christmas Day. And of course the big labor-intensive thing is all just food. It's not shopping for anything, it's just food, baking, cooking, getting together with the family and enjoying them. Catching up, especially with members that you don't see all that often. So yeah, it's going to be lovely. So far, so good. And I am going to present a nice large fruit cake and a portion of that nougat Toron as my contribution to the dinner, and of course make pies, and I may make cookies as well. So any other baking that will be required, I'm certainly more than willing to contribute to that effort, whether it's in vegetable dishes or the treats. But so far I do have some treats that I have made specifically for that gathering. Now Mark and I have pretty much gone through one of those Christmas cakes already, so I've been trying to make sure that we hold back, and I think we're going to be fine. I have no intention of making a second batch this year. I did last year. We ate so much of it that I had to make a second batch because it didn't last. But just portioning it off, a little bit here, a little bit there, and we're really enjoying it. And I think that this year it is very important that family gather and spend time together. We've been all separated far too long, and for too long, by circumstances that prevented people from getting together, and it's kind of snowballed into keeping people apart for extended periods of time where that just didn't happen in the past. So you get into a routine, and I think that routine had developed where people just kept distance. And of course they're going to, I'm sure after the holidays are over, we're going to be faced with all kinds of negative things again. So the thing is to be as positive and as cheerful and as loving during this season as we possibly can, because who knows what next year will bring. And it doesn't look good. That doesn't mean it won't be good. Sometimes we're presented with trials and tribulations just so that we ourselves can grow as individuals and turn towards God. I think that learning to rely on and depend on God rather than ourselves seems to be what is happening more and more often. And yeah, there's a lot of tragedies in this world, and that continues to happen, and for some strange reason it's just snowballing and snowballing and getting worse and worse. And there will be a point, I'm sure, where the tipping point will hit and something drastic will happen then. I don't know what that'll be, but it's that feeling that it can only go on for so long the way we've been going, and something's going to happen to change things. So let's enjoy the holidays while we can. Let's all get together with family and friends as much as we can. And for those of you who don't have family, please try to spend some time with friends, because there's no reason for anyone to be alone. Okay, this is Tony from her Homestead Skills. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.